There we go. Sorry for the creak in my chair. It came out of the box like that. I've tried everything. If you have any suggestions to get rid of that stupid creak. I've done the WD-40. I've done the specialized lubricants. So anything other than that to suggest would be helpful. I'm waiting for people to come into the room. As you know, the cause of last night's outage of or ending of the broadcast was because my phone updated on its own, and then I couldn't get back to the broadcast, and my computer was not allowing me to stream. So anyway, this is part 2. We made it through the Aquarius reading, and I was about to do an ultimate outcome. Then I was going to do Pisces. And if Anaya Leah comes back today, and one other person, I'll recognize them when I see them. They're due for. They both subscribed, so I was giving them a free 1-card reading for 1 question. But I'll open up the door. I may expand this podcast to do a good news, bad news, since I'm here doing this. So let me do that. Plus bonus. Plus bonus all signs. Good news, bad news. News Weekly. Boom. It fits exactly. Hello. Who's here? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do the ultimate outcome to last night's reading for Aquarius. Then I'm going to do the weekly for Pisces. And then I'm going to do a bonus, good news, bad news for the week, themed reading for all signs. And for anybody who subscribes during the broadcast, or if I recognize you as return, I may do 1 cards, free readings. Okay? All right. Let us begin. What's the ultimate outcome for Aquarius? The week of September 22nd through the 28th, 2024. What is the ultimate outcome for Aquarius? September 22nd through the 28th, 2024. What is the ultimate outcome for Aquarius? Week of September 22nd through the 28th, 2024. Boom. Heal the ouch. Wonder if you had healing cards last night. I don't remember last night's reading. I don't remember any readings, actually. I'm so elsewhere. But heal the ouch. Okay, I'm going to leave it at that. Pisces. This is going to be your weekly for September 22nd through the 28th, 2024. We're still using the Tarot of the 78 Doors and the New Vision Tarot as clarifiers. And if the clarifiers need clarifiers, the Tarot of the Forbidden Dreams. The 211 decks, hi everybody. The 211 decks that I have, I was drawn to these 3 decks, and that's my naughtiest deck, so I don't know what's going on with that. I think we only had to use it once last night, so anyway, I thank you for being here. Remember, this next reading is for Pisces, and this is for the weekly, general weekly for all Pisces for September 28th through 22nd through the 28th, and then we're going to do a bonus good news, bad news reading. And then we'll do some free 1-card readings at the end. What's coming up for Pisces, September 22nd through the 28th, 2024? What's coming up for Pisces, September 22nd through the 28th, 2024? What's coming up for Pisces, September 22nd through the 28th, 2024? I see the word violin, and sometimes that means healing, because Pisces finds music very healing. Or it means theft for me, for some reason. So we'll see what that means, or how it applies to your reading. What's coming up for Pisces, September 22nd through the 28th, 2024? Thank you for being here. Please make yourselves known if you want to. 9 of Pentacles in reverse. You may be dealing with a Virgo second deacon. But see him on the upright, the door is open. In reverse, it's closed. You may have a fear of being alone, or you feel less stable financially than you usually do. Or you're tying your spirituality to the level of income or stability you have in money. We'll clarify. And the second card you have is the 8 of Swords in reverse, which is a good thing, especially in this stupid deck. But I was drawn to it, so I had to use it. It's not my first choice. I don't like the Queen of Swords and the 8 of Swords in this deck. You see this person's shamed or is riddled by guilt. There's no guilt, or there's a blockage of guilt. We have to clarify for Pisces. And then you have the 10 of Wands, which is amazing. Now, see how this person is trying to get out of a glass. He thinks the door is open, but he kind of like hits a wall. What just is pretty interesting that came to mind is that there's a hagiography about Saint Mary of Egypt where she tried to, on a pilgrimage, she joined a pilgrimage, but not really making a pilgrimage. She was using it as an opportunity to make money. But she was prevented from going into the Church of the Holy Sepulchre by an invisible wall. Now, this is the 10 of Wands, so the basic general meaning of the 10 of Wands in the Rider-Waite deck is a burden that's worth carrying. But there's something you're not seeing about it, right? There's a barrier that you weren't expecting. I don't know if it's a barrier in career or a change, because the 10s are related to the wheel. The 8s are related to the Strength card, but this is good in reverse, and that's your central. But it's surrounded by all these emotions, right? Okay. So let's clarify. Hello, everybody. Sorry for the creak of my chair. It came to me that way out of the box. It's really annoying. I may just change chairs eventually whenever I do readings. I kind of want to know what this Nine of Pentacles means. What's this Nine of Pentacles in reverse mean for Pisces? The week of September 22nd through the 28th, 2024. What's this Nine of Pentacles in reverse mean for Pisces? September 22nd through the 28th, 2024. How weird. I heard... Now this is shuffling for the Nine of Pentacles, so I have to look up the certain word. I hear hot chocolate and madras. I don't know what a madras is. So I have to look that up. It comes in here and goes out here. So forgive me for a moment. Define madras. Oh, it is a word. A strong, fine-textured cotton fabric. A dish of meat, fish, or vegetables in a hot curry sauce. That's madras. I specifically heard a certain pronunciation of it. A large silk or cotton kerchief, usually of bright colors, that is worn as a turban. Okay. Hot chocolate and madras. I don't know what that means. Okay, so let's cut the deck. Okay, I'm being told not to cut the deck. Yeah. Nine of Pentacles in reverse. Remember I said it's second decan Virgo. See how this person's covering their head? Right? What is purpose of a madras? Head cover. As a signifier of racialization and subaltern status. The head wrap, which dates back to pre-colonial Africa, in its carnation as the tignon, became politicized through the 18th century sumptuary laws in Louisiana and the Caribbean. These laws mandated that free and enslaved women of African descent cover their hair in the early 20th century. Guatemalan and Martinican women reclaimed this head as their own. Now remember when I said, see, that's why it came to mind. It was subconscious information, right? You got the, releasing of guilt card in the middle. And then you have, and it looks like he has a madras on. See that? On his head? And this is a burden that's worth carrying. And see how these people are just, no one's really noticing that this person needs help. And this seems like it's you, except a child. Now, a child is really open, sexually, psychically. How crazy is that? They're innocent, right? And the reason why Saint Mary of Egypt couldn't get into the Holy Church of Holy, she was a prostitute. And she was she was being prevented from entering the church because of her lifestyle and her career choice. But then she was instant and she felt a great deal of shame and guilt instantly and was converted on the spot. It's a story of instant conversion. Okay. I'm saying this. I'm not saying you're going to have this experience, but somehow the story may spark a realization because it's being put in my head to relate to you. Okay. But see, he's trying to get outside, right? And you have this innocence that recognizes the dilemma. So a child may point out something to you that gives you a realization that allows you to cross a barrier to get to a social group. And then you have the Nine of Pentacles in reverse with someone who's covering their head, right? Now, when I go to church, which, isn't often, but whenever I do, I cover my head before I go into church because that's just the way I was taught. And it originates from the sin of Oran. Because Eve tempted Adam with the apple, they're supposed to wear a head covering as a sign of respect for Eve's sin. You see the head covering. It's all very, this could just be a metaphor for this week. There's a realization. You're looking for answers about a fear of being alone or about a Virgo. If you felt guilt before, you no longer feel guilt. Possibly because the way I'm seeing it on the table, a Virgo who's looking at you is saying you don't need to feel guilty. Because Virgos aren't like that. If you felt a downturn during Pluto and Capricorn, that it's harder to make money, because I see money-related houses here. That might be the reason. And a Virgo offers you love or realization about love with the Ace of Cups. Self-love, okay? A spiritual love. How deep is that? Yeah, I lost everybody when I went into that storyline. Okay, well, viewed as a metaphor or as literal, what are you going to do? But you're out of your head. Okay? Now, what's this Ten of Wands in the upright for Pisces? What does this Ten of Wands for Pisces mean for September 22nd through the 28th, 2024? What is the Ten of Wands in the upright mean for Pisces, September 22nd through the 28th, 2024? I mean, sometimes this card, this Ace of Cups, is the hand of God. And see the children? I mean, innocence. It's unconditional, like a child's love. So Virgo may, I think it's a Virgo, but it could be Aries or Taurus as well, that's offering you unconditional love. Now you have surprise developments this week. Ten of Wands, a burden worth carrying, and optimism. The Five of Cups in the reverse is optimism, cautious optimism about a burden you're carrying on. You're about to start a new chapter in your life that's about action. You do see an obstacle to money or a need to save money, but you're facing a mountain. But I mean, it may be your mountain, so maybe you have a mountain of cash, I'm not sure. Yeah, like I said, surprise developments because you have 2 eights. You're a master or considered master of something. Anyway, you have the Emperor card. I'm going to leave it at that. Hello, everybody. Everybody bagged at the... You know, if a storyline pops in my head or I'm given imagery or... Because, I mean, I've always been spiritual, but I don't talk about it. You know, I mean, I have... A lot of people... I'm an occultist, but I'm an occultist in the sense that I research it. I find it interesting. Okay? But I'm a Catholic, like through and through. Okay? So, I'm actually, my baptismal name is after Saint Mary of Egypt, and that's why I had this hagiographical story in my head already. Okay? It's about a reconversion, which is a restoration of faith. Okay? Could you be instantly experience an instant religious conversion? It's possible, but I'm not. That's more like a fool's energy. I would get that fool card to appear. But there's a release of heavy guilt that was apparently unnecessary to have. I'm going to clarify, or experience, I'm going to clarify the 8 of Swords because I'm interested to see if the 9 of Swords comes up. Or the Fool card, okay? What's this 8 of Swords in reverse mean for Pisces? The week of September 22nd through the 28th, 2022. It's freeing, in other words. Whatever happens this week, it's freeing. You're going to realize that even though it was unnecessary, this burden opened your eyes to something. I don't know what that something is, but something to do with you personally. Or about people. Like there's good people out there. What's this 8 of Swords in reverse mean for Pisces? September 22nd through the 28th, 2024. And please keep in mind, I didn't know what a madras was. So, 3 of Pentacles in reverse. That makes sense. It's just like I said. You went through something you didn't have to. Here's the card. It's the Architect's card. I don't know if you're an architect, but at any rate, this is 3 of Pentacles in reverse is mandatory training you don't want to take or wasn't expecting. You might have had, in order to release this energy, this guilt. There might be, you spend 3 of Pentacles, but here you have the 10 of Pentacles card. I don't know if you had to sacrifice family or... Oh, wow. Now, when you have 2 aces together, that means a union, partnership, a new home, or a new job. So... You have 2 aces. It's all good. There's clarity about separation family or family money or something. I don't know. A family business. At any rate, it was unnecessary training that you didn't want and you didn't necessarily have to take. Right? I mean, the message here is whatever gave you this, don't do it again. Because, I mean, this could have been as long as 10 years. 3 years, 10 years. And now there's a clean, fresh start. Possibly even in life. That's deep, man. Okay. Yeah, everybody's gone. Okay, I don't blame you. So let's see what the ultimate outcome for Pisces is this week. This is also clearing the air card. But see, this is how I'm seeing it on the table. So no, seeing it like this. Unconditional love is offered, possibly by God. And in return, there's loyalty. Like, I'll fight for you kind of energy. That's how I'm interpreting it. So there's a union. There's an agreement, right? What's the ultimate outcome for Pisces? September 22nd through the 28th, 2024. Heal the ouch. See? Perfect. And see, somebody is doing that for you. Someone is nursing you. I feel like you're the fox with the compress on his head. It might be a fire sign that heals you, but we have strong Virgo here. And Virgos are natural nurses. But, you know, I always see a raccoon as being a fiery animal, right? But see, the fox is a trickster usually. So someone heals the ouch for you. It's a number 38 card. The spark card is in reverse, so I don't think it's like a sudden realization. It might have been ongoing for some time, and then there's an acceptance of the realization. So maybe you blocked yourself from realization, or you blocked yourself from this conversion to a new way of thinking about your life and how you affect others and all that, because the spark is blocked. Let's see how she's being sparked. And she's channeling it away from herself. Education. I'm going to keep it there. It's all makes sense together, so. Isn't it funny how tarot works? Yeah, everybody's gone. Okay, well, no one's here for the free one card reading, so I'll continue on with. So I'm going to mark this with this. Now, my subscribers asked me to do this because some of them timestamp for me, which I'm so grateful for. So this is separating the last night's reading and the good news, bad news reading bonus that I'm going to give you right now, because last night's broadcast was cut short unexpectedly by my phone. So I'm going to use a different deck for this. Good news, bad news. Good news, bad news. Good news, bad news. Which deck? Which deck? Good news, bad news. Perceptive. And Book of Shadows, Volume 2. Good news, bad news. Readings for each sign. This will go fairly quickly. This week I will work on, I don't know if it's going to be a documentary exactly, like the Pluto and Capricorn, but it's going to address Pluto in Aquarius and what to expect. Hi everybody, we're starting the good news, bad news reading. Trying to decide which one to use. So in addition to the generals, which I filmed last night and today, I'm going to do the good news and bad news for each sign. For the primary pool, I'm going to be using the Perceptive Tarot. And for the clarifiers, the Book of Shadows Volume 2. And I'm going to use the Tarot of the New Visions for clarification of the clarifiers if needed. Please like, share, and subscribe because it helps boost the channel. Reading now for Aries. Okay. What's the good news for Aries this week? September 22nd through the 28th, 2024. What's the good news for Aries this week? September 22nd through the 28th, 2024. I saw an apple and then I saw an orange. I don't know why. Let me look it up real quick. So maybe it's a comparison between apples and oranges, and that's why I saw both. Fuck. Really? Monkey, Kim Kim. Hi, kitty. The differences between items thought to be incomparable or incommensurable. Just a metaphor apples and oranges mean to compare things that are very different. Hi, baby. I love you. Are you my little monkey? My little baby, yeah. A cute pet. Okay. What's the good news for Aries this week? September 22nd through the 28th, 2024. Boom. Strength card in the upright, always good. You may be dealing with the Leo or 8th house subjects. Then you have the Ace of Cups, but in reverse. But see, in the upright, how there's a mermaid and the cup is not overflowing, but it's spilled. But this is almost like 2 of Cups because you have the well there too. You're on the cusp of a brand new emotional or love cycle. And then you have the 8 of Swords is in reverse. Now the Perceptive Tarot turns the Rider Wheel, the Rider Waite kind of like askew. So in this deck, the 8 of Swords is that you're being attacked on all sides, but you're protected. But here maybe you're not, so we have to clarify. Technically, you have 2 8s, which means surprise developments. Now, remember, this is the good news. Maybe you don't need to protect yourself any longer from a Leo who just wants to cautiously court you. You'll feel a need not to have to protect yourself on all sides, is basically what I'm seeing. Thank you for the like. Please clarify this reading for Aries. Please clarify this reading for Aries. Good news for the week of September 22nd through the 28th, 2024. Please clarify the good news reading for Aries, September 22nd through 28th, 2024. I heard light at the end of the tunnel. So I don't know if you're coming out of a dark time. Now, Leos are tied to the 5th house of fun and recreation. Hanged Man, but in reverse. But there's clarity about how to move forward, or you're enlightened in some way, possibly by Sagittarius or Pisces. And then you have the 2 of Swords in reverse. I feel like you have a decision to make, but you're not in a hurry to make it, 9 to 12 days. The unexpected thing might be a blessing in disguise with the 3 of Swords. Something leaves or there's relocation, but in the end it serves you. But you find a need not to have to protect yourself. Remember, this is the good news reading, okay? So no matter what, there's healing, okay? But there might be a wrinkle. But in the end, it serves you. Okay. Let's do the bad news reading. Hello, everybody. For Aries, we're still in Aries. So good news. This is the bonus reading. Good news and bad news for the week of September 22nd through the 28th. What's the bad news for Aries? The week of September 22nd through the 28th, 2024. What's the bad news for Aries? The week of September 22nd through the 28th, 2024. What's the bad news for Aries? September 22nd through the 28th, 2024. Welcome, everybody. So if you subscribe to the channel, I will do a free 1-card reading at the end of Pisces. Okay? So I will keep an eye on that subscriber count there. Welcome. Justice card, but it is in the upright. You might be dealing with the Libra, or you might be dealing with legal situation. Ooh, I don't like this card. This is a really creepy. Now, I don't use that name. I don't say it out loud ever, because some of these name themselves this, so you don't want to summon them. You summon them when you say their name. Okay? But here the slaves are up in the air, right? You might feel controlled by a system, like a government system that you're not loving. It could be mundane, like a parking ticket payment or something like that. And you're just like, what? And then you have the 6 of Wands in reverse. So the bad news is that either a toxic situation, a Libra, Capricorn, Scorpio, or Pisces, may make you do something you don't want to do. I mean, it could be as mundane as having to pay a parking ticket, because that comes to mind, or engaging in sex that you don't want. Like, come on, let's do it. And you're just like, okay. It's like that. So it could be, but let's clarify. Please clarify this reading for Aries for bad news for the week of September 22nd through the 28th, 2024. Please clarify this reading for Aries and bad news September 22nd through the 28th, 2024. Please clarify this reading for Aries for bad news September 22nd through the 28th, 2024. I heard the word bust or busted. You'll be okay. It's something you can, if it's like a ticket or something, it's something like a fine. It's easy to, you have the money for it with the Four of Pentacles in the upright. You might have to budget, but you have the money. And yeah, you definitely have the money. Ace of Pentacle in the upright, a new beginning in money. Okay, that's amazing. So the bad news isn't so bad after all. Hello, everybody. Now we're going to read the good news, bad news for Taurus. Okay. What's the good news for Taurus? The week of September 22nd through the 28th, 2024. What's the good news for Taurus? September 22nd through the 28th, 2024. What's the good news for Taurus? September 22nd through the 28th, 2024. What's the good news for Taurus? September 22nd through the 28th, 2024. Monkey, Kim. Monkey, Kim. I'm thinking of money. Monkey, Kim. Kim. Come, baby. Come. Monkey, come. Okay, don't come. The Emperor in reverse. I don't know if a supervisor leaves or someone who's ruthless leaves the room, I want to say. And then the Knight of Coins. There is a money offer, a money truce in some way. I don't know if you're... Because see how he's trying to sneak money away from a fire sign? Could be Aries or Taurus. There's a dragon guarding the money. But again, this is the good news reading, okay? Ooh, leads to the end of a cycle, which is amazing. So you're about to start a new cycle. Not this week, but next, let's say October. You could be dealing with any sign. I'm going to clarify. Hello, everybody. So I want to know what this Knight of Coins is. So the Knight of Pentacles indicates, remember I thought of money during the shuffle. There might be money coming towards you, but it might be tied up in some way. I don't know, it's being tied up by somebody ruthless, especially if we get the Ten of Pentacles in reverse. It's like an executor thing. Okay, so we'll clarify both of those. What's this Knight of Coins in the upright mean for Taurus and good news? The week of September 22nd through the 28th, 2024. What is this Knight of Coins in the upright mean for Taurus, September 22nd through the 28th, 2024? I'm seeing the number 6. That is the number of the Lover's card, but it's also the 6th house of Virgo and health and well-being and routines. Please clarify the meaning of this Knight of Coins in the upright for Taurus and good news, September 22nd through the 28th, 2024. I heard don't cut. The Seven of Cups in reverse. But see, here it is in the upright. It's like a family outing. Seven of Cups is a realization or news that you're going to get money, but it's delayed somehow because there's a dragon guarding it. But it's coming to you because the sevens are related to the Chariot card. And look at this. You have the Knight of Wands in the upright. Or sorry, the Page of Wands in the upright. There's an invitation or good news about money. And it's a karmic new beginning. How amazing is that? You're going to get a change in your life. You'll start to see in October, really. You might get the news this week, but it's delayed somehow. Your access is delayed. But it marks a brand new beginning in your life. That's amazing. I'm going to leave that alone. Now we'll do the bad news reading for Taurus. Ooh, look what flipped over, the Ace of Wands. Okay. This card went into Four of Wands, popped out. I'm going to put it back into the deck. What is the bad news for Taurus the week of September 22nd through the 28th, 2024? What's the bad news for Taurus this week, September 22nd through the 28th, 2024? The fact that I forget what was the first pop out, but the second pop out was the Four of Wands in the upright, which is good. So maybe your bad news isn't so bad, or it's tolerable or manageable. What is the bad news for Taurus this week, September 22nd through the 28th, 2024? Kitty, monkey, the baby. I heard don't cut. Wheel of Fortune, yeah, there's a delay in a change, but you hear of the change. Five of Swords in reverse. It feels like a defeat because maybe you need it right now, but this is the Perceptive Tarot, where someone's preparing their swords. Maybe you're preparing to fight for this money. Now, the Ten of Swords in this deck is very attenuated, okay? The gate is open. The Ten of Swords marks the end, or it's like a clarion call that you're ending a mental cycle as well. Because remember, we got the Ace of Swords in the first reading. So you know your life is about to change. There's just a heavy-duty delay, right? I don't need to clarify that. Okay. Because it all makes sense. Now we're going to do the good news, bad news reading for Geminis. Right? I'm doing this for the benefit of the time stampers that may be out there. I appreciate you. What's the good news for Geminis this week, September 22nd through the 28th, 2024? What is the good news for Geminis this week, September 22nd through the 28th, 2024? What's the good news for Geminis this week, September 22nd through the 28th, 2024? Okay, so I don't know if this is like my influence, but I only drink 4 times a month. And I do it today during brunch. I'll have like 2 or 3 Bloody Marys and then I'll come home after brunch, right? But I'm putting it off today because there's a broadcast that ended prematurely last night. This is making up for it. But the Bloody Mary came to mind. And you have the Emperor in the upright. Either you in control of all that you see in your domain or your ahupua'a. And or you have somebody around you, a father figure type, a male boss, a father, older brother, older cousin, someone your age or older, being fair with you. And then you have the Hangman in reverse. But see how the money's falling out of his pockets? Now, someone who, because this is a spiritual card, this is Sagittarius and Pisces to me. Okay? You don't have any worries about money, or money doesn't matter to you this week. Remember, this is the good news reading. There's a need to wait 9 to 12 days. And then you have the Three of Coins in the upright, which is the Architect's card, the teamwork card. But see how the Crow is looking at this person? This is, it almost has like the Four Coins feel to it, but it's a Three of Coins. So there might be a small money gain. Maybe you're spending money because you know money's coming. It's a possibility. Or you know a raise is coming, so you're like getting stuff that you've always wanted but haven't bought because, you know, you're like, well, you know, need extra money for that because I don't really need it, you know. But there's this materialism aspect. And remember, this is the good news. Let's clarify the Hangman. What's the Hangman card in the upright mean for Geminis this week? And good news, September 22nd through the 28th. I heard support. 2024. What is the Hangman card in the upright mean to Gemini? And good news, the week of September 22nd through the 28th, 2024. Ooh, I suddenly felt sleepy. High Priestess. Definitive Piscean energy. You have 2 Pisces cards. You're trying to get answers about a Pisces. And you're trying to get it psychic, or you have a psychic connection to a Pisces. Maybe it's about a family situation or about money. Remember, I heard support. So the fact that the Piscean card, money is falling out of their pockets, you may get financial support from a Pisces who is being fair with you. But this is the inheritance card, so it's unearned money. But there's no second chance. I don't know. You may be rejecting you're relying on a Pisces, but you're rejecting any spiritual connection to them. Really. But this is good news. Remember this. Or they being the fair person, they're not expecting something in return. Okay. Let's do the Three of Coins in the upright. What does 3 of Coins in the upright mean for Geminis? For good news, September 22nd through the 28th, 2024. What does 3 of Coins in the upright mean? For good news for Geminis, it is September 22nd through the 28th, 2024. This person definitely controls the money. See how he's holding the money close, right? So he picks and chooses when he's generous. But he'll do it because it's a good news reading. He'll do it because he wants a partnership with you. Or maybe he's helping you choose a path. I don't know, that path involves the purchase of a home. I always view this as a house fire card, like there's a house fire next door and someone's taking the for sale sign away, right? They may be hot and cold, but death is transformation in the upright. And you have the Seven of Wands. I don't know. There's a guardedness on both sides. There's like a guardedness and an openness. But still, good news about monetary support. It doesn't really matter to you where it comes from or how, I want to say. Now we're going to read the bad news for Geminis, because this is the bonus good news, bad news weekly bonus reading. Ooh. Oh, wow. I just got super dizzy. So I don't usually get dizzy, so it must be something related to your bad news. You could be pregnant. I know I'm not, but you could be. Especially if we get the Queen of Pentacles in the upright. What is the bad news for Geminis this week? September 22nd through the 28th, 2024. It may be bad news to you, I don't know. Maybe that's why you're getting monetary support from a Pisces. I'm just saying. What is the bad news for Geminis this week? September 22nd through the 28th, 2024. I'm seeing the word money, like it's written down. Wheel of Fortune. Now remember, this is a bad news reading, so this may be a change you don't want, or the end of a chapter that you don't want to end. And then you have the King of Coins in reverse. If this is tied to your good news reading, somebody is controlling the money, like the King of Coins in reverse. Maybe a Capricorn, but really it's any sign because the Wheel of Fortune is here. And then you have Death in reverse, no transformation. Remember, you got this in the same position as a clarifier. Now in the upright in the Perceptive Tarot, there's a grave. And like an angel visiting the grave. In reverse. You could be dealing with a Scorpio too, or scorpionic 8th house stuff. Sex, death, taxes. Now if the King had a number, it would be the number 14, which is Temperance in reverse. And of course the Wheel of Fortune is related to the 10s. There's an ending of some kind that you thought would transform you, but it really doesn't. You're not going to see the transformation at least this week. Something is ending after all, is what I heard. So let's clarify this reading. Please clarify this bad news reading for Geminis. The week of September 22nd through the 28th, 2024. Please clarify this bad news reading for Geminis. September 22nd through the 28th, 2024. Please clarify this reading for Geminis this week, September 22nd through the 28th, 2024. Boom. Knight of Swords in reverse. There might be a little bit of gaslighting or lying involved by someone who's very airy. You have the Knight of Cups in the upright, though. And then you have the Nine of Wands. Remember remember I saw money written down. So 2 9s as a tarot cluster mean documents. You have a change. No transformation. Someone's controlling the money. You may sign a document or an agreement about money that keeps you tied to somebody for a little while. Remember, I got dizzy at the beginning, right? But the Knight of Cups, there's a wish that's coming true, but then the Knight of Wands, you're waiting for the other shoe to drop. So I think you're just tied to somebody for a while, even though it is ending. I saw money written down. So, I mean, it could be an agreement to pay back a debt, maybe. Or I give you this money, but you need to pay me back kind of scenario. Okay. So it's conditional. Okay, now we're moving on to Cancer signs. So this is the good news, bad news reading for Cancer signs for the week of September 22nd through the 28th, 2024. Hi, monkey. Hey, baby. Hi. I love you. I love my monkey. Yeah. What's the good news for Cancer signs the week of September 22nd through the 28th, 2024? What is the good news for Cancer signs September 22nd through the 28th, 2024? What is the good news for Cancer signs September 22nd through the 28th, 2024? Hi, monkey, the baby. What is the good news for Cancer signs September 22nd through the 28th, 2024? I'm getting an Eminem song in my head. It's the one that says, "This looks like a good time for me." Something about controversy. Here, let me bring up the song lyrics. It keeps playing over and over again. Without Me is the song title. Guess who's back? Back again. Shady, this is for Cancer signs. Shady's back. Tell a friend. Guess who's back? Guess who's back? Blah, blah, blah. I've created a monster because nobody wants to see Marshall no more. They want Shady. I'm chopped liver. Well, if you want Shady, this is what I'll give you. A little bit of weed mixed with some hard liquor, some vodka that'll jumpstart my heart quicker. Then a shock when I get shocked at the hospital by the doctor when I'm not cooperating, when I'm rocking the table while he's operating. You waited this long, now stop debating, because I'm back, I'm on the rag and ovulating. I know that you got a job, Miss Cheney, but your husband's heart problem's complicating. So the FCC won't let me be, so let me see. They tried to shut me down on MTV, but it feels so empty without me. So come on and dip, burn your lips. F that, come on your lips and some of your tits. And get ready, because the shit's about to get heavy. I just settled all my lawsuits. Fuck you, Debbie. Now the chorus is, now this looks like a job for me. So everybody just follow me, because we need a little controversy, because it feels so empty without me. So everybody just follow me, and it continues. And then verse 2 is like little hellions, kids feeling rebellious, embarrassed their parents still listen to Elvis. They start feeling like prisoners, helpless, till someone comes along on a mission and yells, bitch. A vision is scary, could start a revolution polluting the airwaves, a rebel. So just let me revel and bask in the fact that I got everyone kissing my ass. And it's a disaster, such a catastrophe, for you to be so damn much of my ass you asked for me. Well, I'm back. Da-na-na-na-na-na-na-na. Fix your bent antenna, tune it in, and then I'm gonna enter in and up under your skin like a splinter. The center of attention, back for the winter. I'm interesting, the best since wrestling. Infesting in your kids' ears and nesting. Testing. Attention, please. Feel the tension soon as someone mentions me. Here's my 10 cents. My 2 cents is free. A nuisance. You sent me. You sent for me? Now, this looks like a job for me, so everybody just follow me because we need a little controversy because it feels so empty without me. And then it just goes on. So, had that playing in my head, but this is the good news reading, so I don't know what that's about. Maybe you level up and get some fame somehow. That's a possibility. Or you get a job that you're so attuned to that you can do behind your back, with both hands behind your back. It's just so easy for you. What's the good news for Cancer signs? September 22nd through the 28th, 2024. What's the... Ooh, I have a cry behind my eyes. But since the good news reading, it might be tears of happiness. Or you just very emotionally happy to the point where you're so grateful. What is the good news for Cancer signs? September 22nd through the 28th, 2024. There may be an inheritance of some kind. You may inherit a job. You may inherit money. Page of Swords in reverse. Now, this is a good news reading, so maybe you won't it's like you don't have to jump through any hoops to make something happen. But that's the Liar's card in reverse. I don't know. Really like weird cliff drama. So you have a decision to make, and it may be a blind decision. You see how she has a blindfold? But still, she can do it blindfolded, right? She can cross this crevasse. And then you have the Ten of Cups in reverse. Remember, I thought of inheritance. This is a family-oriented card. There's no family reunion. Remember, I felt the cry behind my eyes. Now look at the bottom of the deck. King of Wands. Okay, let's clarify. I'm going to clarify the Ten of Cups first. What's this Ten of Cups in reverse mean for Cancer signs and good luck? September 22nd through the 28th, 2024. What? Hi, kitty, kitty, kitty. Hey, monkey. What's this Ten of Cups in reverse mean for Cancer signs? Kitty, 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 kitty. September 22nd through the 28th. Good news for Cancer signs. September 22nd through the 28th, 2024. Hi, everybody. Is anyone I know here? Yeah, you got the Four of Pentacles. You have all your resources. So the Ten of Cups in reverse. Maybe you're faced with a decision to do something you've done before. I feel like you're fixing something. Like somebody needs your help. A former job or something like that. You're inheriting something, though. Like a duty or a responsibility or something, but you're okay with the Four of Pentacles and the upright. It might have something to do with the career, but this is a Book of Shadows Tarot. It shows a family scene, right? But it's the Sun card, so it's happiness. Something is a blessing in disguise or just when you need it. Seven of Wands is you're standing your ground, but you can easily climb that obstacle, right? You don't fall. Okay. Interesting reading. Now we're going to read for the bad news for Cancer signs. Just so you know what... Steve! Yes, watching you in football at the same time. Thank you. You're so sweet. What's the bad news for Cancer signs this week? September 22nd through 28th, 2024. Thank you for watching me in football, reading in football. You're so sweet to show your support. What's the bad news for Cancer signs? September 22nd through the 28th, 2024. What's the bad news for Cancer signs? September 22nd through the 28th, 2024. Nine of Swords, you may have needless worry about a responsibility. Because see how he's like cobbling, right? Or making, he's a metallurgist where he's making these swords, right? I heard it's a duty. And then you have the Ace of Wands in reverse. But it leads to a new beginning. You're about to start a new inventive or creative cycle. And again, faced with a choice, possibly a lover's choice or a forbidden love affair choice. Bottom of the deck, Seven of Cups in reverse, realization coming in. But let's clarify the lover's card in reverse. I say forbidden love affair because these are falling together. Okay? Like you're not supposed to have that wand. And maybe you're just distracting yourself with work. Please clarify this reading for Cancer signs, the week of September 22nd through the 28th, 2024. Please clarify this reading for Cancer signs, September 22nd through the 28th, 2024. Please clarify this reading for Cancer signs and bad news, September 22nd through the 28th, 2024. I mean, as far as bad news goes, this is really mild, okay? Lover's card again in reverse. I'm thinking of a broken home. There might be someone who's newly separated, okay? I mean, they want you. Totally. Because you have the Page of Wands in reverse. You might have bad news about a marriage breaking up due to infidelity. And it may not be you. It's like happening around you, but it impacts you somehow. Maybe this person approaches you for a date and you're like, nope. Sorry, with the Two of Cups. This is a date card in this deck, right? The Two of Cups in reverse. You may friend zone somebody, but maybe you don't want to. Yeah, the Hermit, you have the answer. Yeah, you don't want to get into something messy because you know both of the people, right? It's like sister code or bro code, okay? All right. Now we're going to read good news, bad news for Leos. Okay. Hello, everybody. This is a bonus reading because the stream last night cut off at Aquarius. I finished that at the beginning of this broadcast, and now I'm giving you a bonus for good news, bad news for each sign. Right now we're on Leo. What is the good news for Leos this week, September 22nd through the 28th, 2024? What is the good news for Leos, September 22nd through the 28th, 2024? The thought of a promotion is possible this week. For Leos, what is the good news for Leos, especially if we get the Three of Pentacles in the upright? What is the good news for Leos, September 22nd through the 28th, 2024? Whatever it is making you nervous, because my stomach is kind of like, has butterflies, right? It's like a nervous kind of flutter. Strength card in the upright. You may be recuperating from an illness, or someone is taking care of you, or you just generally have strength because you're a Leo. Ace of Cups. Maybe it's butterflies in the stomach for love or romance. And then you have the Five of Wands in the upright. Not a great card to have in the good news reading, but we'll have to clarify. She's not really confined. At least you have a roof over your head kind of thing. But fives are conflict. But you can see there's nobody around you. So this might be an inner conflict, okay? Why that's good news, I don't know. I don't know. So I'll clarify that card. What's this Five of Wands in the upright mean for Leo, September 22nd through the 28th, 2024? What is this Five of Wands in the upright mean? For Leos, in good news, September 22nd through the 28th, 2024. If you are getting over an illness, you're getting your appetite back. Here you have the Nine of Pentacles clarifying in reverse. The inner conflict card. I don't know if it's a conflict about a fear of being alone because you found love or romance. I heard the word enticement. Yeah, enticement indeed, with the Ace of Wands in the upright. But 5 wands plus 1 wand means victory. This is a Virgo, Sick, and Deacon card. You may be a cusper. You might spend money on sex. I'm just saying. Or you're able to. I don't know. Maybe you're focused on more on action or sex than money, and maybe that's a good thing. I don't know. It's kind of a weird good news thing. Reading. I'm sorry about that. So let's read for the bad news for Leos this week. What's the bad news for Leos this week? September 22nd through the 28th, 2024. What's the bad news for Leos this week? September 22nd through the 28th, 2024. What's the bad news for Leos this week? September 22nd through the 28th, 2024. You might have a lot of mundane chores. Like if you've been procrastinating or putting it off, you have to do them. You're like, oh, okay, well, I have to. Or you have a decision to make that's kind of rough, but you are able to make it. Okay? It'll get you to the other side of something. And here's the Ace of Wands in reverse. Now you had it in the upright in the good news reading. But see up here, it's almost like a funeral pyre that's burning out. But you don't need it because it's daylight. So, you know, it's in reverse. Maybe there's the bad news is that you're excited about. The good news is that you're excited about new responsibilities, but then you have all these mundane tasks that you have to do that you don't want to do, that you don't want to take action on. And then you have the 5 of coins. Interesting how you have the 5 in the same position. Okay, 5 of coins is a loss of faith that's temporary. Okay, but see the little dog? See how this person is begging and they have a dog? Not only do you have your mouth to feed, you have something or someone else, right? Bottom of the deck is 5 of swords in reverse. Kind of See, there's change afoot in your life, definitely, for this week. What's this Five of Coins in the upright mean for Leos and bad news, September 22nd through the 28th, 2024? What does this Five of Coins in the upright mean for Leos and bad news, September 22nd through the 28th, 2024? So we're clarifying the Five of Coins in the upright. You have the King of Cups in reverse. King of Cups. You may find out that, well, I mean, you may find out that a water sign hasn't been truthful with you. Maybe it's about how casual they are about your relationship, because whenever the Fool card comes up, especially in reverse, this person is too casual for you. They're not looking for long term if it's a love situation. Yeah, they don't mirror you. Here you have the Page of Cups in reverse, and they're unapologetic about it. See how, the reflection is very murky, right? And Three of Wands in reverse, no opportunity. So, on the one hand, I mean, whatever the good news reading was, because now I don't remember. You find out that someone's a little bit too casual in romance than to what's to your liking, and you have a decision to make about it. Do I burn out and, pull back, or what? Okay, now we're going to read for Virgos. Here's that for time stampers. What's the good news for Virgos this week, September 22nd through the 28th, 2024? What's the good news for Virgos this week, September 22nd through the 28th, 2024? What is the good news for Virgos this week, September 22nd through the 28th, 2024? I heard good luck. Good luck. Should I cut? Yes. Ooh. You may be dealing with a Capricorn, Scorpio, or Leo. It's the number 15 card, right? That's a very sexual card to me. So, remember, this is a good news reading, okay? The Six of Wands is in reverse. Usually that is a defeat. But see how it's portrayed in this card? Where there's like a boundary. Maybe you need, the good news is that you're letting down your boundaries, or submitting to a sexual encounter that maybe you're uncertain about. Oh, yeah. Okay. The good news may be that you recognize someone for who they are, or you recognize their agenda, because you have the Seven of Swords in reverse and you escape that agenda by not engaging or projecting defeat on somebody else who may be a Capricorn, Scorpio, or Leo, or someone who's just too casual about sex, and you recognize it right away and you're just like, nope. Although Steve may feel differently. But this is the good news. See, in the upright, the Seven of Swords in the Perceptive Tarot is you're exposing something to the daylight that was formerly hidden. Okay? Here, in the reverse, you escape it. Okay, so you're not injured by the encounter. Okay, let's clarify. So that's the good news, okay? What is... Please clarify this reading for Virgos and good news, September 22nd through the 28th, 2024. Please clarify this reading for good news for Virgos, September 22nd through the 28th, 2024. Please clarify this good news reading for Virgos, September 22nd through the 28th, 2024. Another alternate reason, storyline is that you're able to defeat toxicity and escape it after exposing it. That's another clarification. I think it sucks because the Ace of Wands is in reverse. It has to do with love. Or Gemini. Yeah, this is you escape somebody's shallow agenda regarding sex. That would have hurt you, Virgo, because we're very sensitive to that. Because we date to marry. So what's the bad news, man? What's bad news for Virgos this week, September 22nd through the 28th, 2024? What is the bad news for? Remember, at the beginning of the Virgo reading for good news, I heard good luck. Okay, so you're going to be really lucky in another part of your arena of your life. Okay, I don't know which part. What's the bad news for Virgos the week of September 22nd through the 28th, 2024? I heard responsibilities. So you might be busy with the responsibilities you can't avoid. I'm still hearing that Eminem song in my head. Nine of Cups in reverse, but in this deck, it's really attenuated. Here in the upright, it almost has like a Seven of Cups feel. There's a harvest of emotions, right? And it's based in this big Ace of Cups. There might be nothing that you're actually growing this week. You're just trying to manage it with the King of Coins in the upright. And the Two of Cups in reverse, you friend zoned somebody. Or you're friend zoned with the Two of Cups in reverse. Or there's no date, right? It seems like the same situation. It's like good and bad news at the same time about the situation, right? Okay, let's clarify. After I check the channel count. Nope, channel count is the same. Okay, let's clarify. Please clarify this reading for Virgos and bad news, September 22nd through the 28th, 2024. Please clarify this reading for Virgos and bad news, September 22nd through the 28th, 2024. Ooh, that was a short one. My fingers tingled right away, telling me to stop, which is an indicator that I should stop shuffling, right? Eight of Pentacles, it has to do with... You might friend somebody at work. Or people pile responsibilities onto you because they know that you can do stuff. But you're still apprenticing, so it's like you're the go-to just by default. You're the newest person or whatever it is, right? But you're smiling, so it doesn't look too burdensome. And look at that. How crazy is that? You got the card we don't speak of again, but in this deck, it's like a chocolate sundae. It's in the upright. So don't comfort eat is the message I'm getting from that. Judgment, but see how she's at an altar and she's praying? So spirituality or prayer might be important. And King of Cups in the upright. It does have to do with business because 2 Kings as a tarot cluster is a business cooperative. Okay. So you're just focused in on work. As usual. Okay, now we're going to read for Libras. Good news, bad news reading for Libras. What's the good news for Libras this week? I almost said July. For September 22nd through the 28th, 2024. What is the good news for Libras this week? I almost said July again. So July was a foreshadowing of this last or third week of September. Or last week of September. What's the good news this week for Libras? September 22nd through the 28th, 2024. I feel nauseous. And it's a psychic indicator of illness. Okay. You have the Chariot card in reverse. I don't know if you're prevented from going on a trip due to illness or nausea. Or maybe this is car sickness in reverse. I don't know if you were on your way to see an earth sign or you're coupled with, it's quite possible that you have some kind of foodborne illness and somehow it's good news. Like maybe maybe you were misdiagnosed before and now you know that it's something that's completely curable and you have a new lease on life with the Fool card. Is how I'm interpreting this. If it's not health. See how the dog is pulling on the person not looking where they're going because they're about to walk off a cliff? If you get a warning this week, I would heed it. You could be dealing with Aries, Taurus, Aquarius, or a Cancer sign or an Earth sign. But you have a brand new beginning because this is a good news read. Maybe you don't move or relocate after all, because in this deck, the Chariot in the upright is a moving forward. In reverse, it is a halt, where it's kind of opposite in the Rider-Waite. But this is the Perceptive Tarot, which kind of turns the Rider-Waite on its head. One moment, please. While I was walking back to the tarot table here, I don't have the nauseous feeling anymore, which indicates to me that that's probably it. But then I thought about, you may pick up watercoloring somehow. Okay. Let's clarify. I just saw a flash of myself on the screen here. when I, because I monitor the broadcast to make sure I'm still broadcasting. And I'm wearing my Save Ferris shirt. So maybe you hear someone's not sick after all, perhaps. I don't know. Or has healed. Please clarify this reading for Libras and good news, September 22nd through the 28th, 2024. Please clarify this reading for Libras, September 22nd through the 28th, 2024. Please clarify this reading for Libras for good luck, September 22nd through the 28th, 2024. There's new information you're excited to hear. It possibly has to do with your health or someone else's health. And I keep getting the idea of a misdiagnosis. To clarify, the Four of Pentacles in reverse. There's a building up because the Fool card is just leaving the cave with the whatever he has on his back, right? This Four of Pentacles is kind of the same thing in this deck. Here you have all the resources you need to the point where you have to store them somewhere. Okay? In reverse, not. So there might be an expense of some kind, but it's still good news, so who cares? And then the Page of Cups in reverse. I'm getting no explanation in my head. I don't think you care. Because you're able to plan your life out now with the Seven of Cups in the upright. Okay. That is clarity enough for me to move on to the bad news reading. For Libras. What's the bad news for Libras this week, September 22nd through the 28th, 2024? What's the bad news for Libras this week, September 22nd through the 28th, 2024? What's the bad news for Libras this week, September 22nd through the 28th, 2024? I'm getting like a house flood, like a plumbing flood in my head. The Knight of Wands in the upright. See how this knight is fighting a dragon? So that 8 times out of 10, that's a person to me. The Emperor in reverse. You're fighting somebody ruthless this week. Remember, I got the sense of a plumbing flood in my head. I don't know what. And then you have the Three of Coins in the upright, which is a small money raise or a promotion or training that you enjoy. Okay. I don't know why that's bad news, but maybe it's because of the way it's presented to you. It feels combative. And maybe it confuses you, especially if we get the Three of Swords in reverse. So let's clarify what the Three of Coins means. What's this Three of Coins in the upright mean for Libras and bad news? September 22nd through the 28th, 2024. What's this Three of Coins in the upright mean for Libras and bad news? September 22nd through the 28th, 2024. What is this Three of Coins in the upright mean for Libras? September 22nd through the 28th, 2024. Maybe an emperor leaves and then you take their place. It's quite possible. And maybe the raise is only like a little bit. And you're just like, wow, I didn't realize this person only made 10,000 more than me per year. Maybe I should go back to the old thing. And here you have the Queen of Wands in the upright, clarifying the Three of Coins. You may make a good friend as a result of a Three of Coins situation. But again, there's an outlay of money. The same card popped up again with the Four of Pentacles in reverse. I don't know if you have to pay for your training. And then you have the Four of Wands, but it leads to stability. Now, I mean, you have the Emperor card here, so technically you have 4 fours here. Or, sorry, 3 fours. And 3 fours as a tarot cluster mean a creative time, a creative project, or tenacity. So you're expected to be highly energetic for this training, okay? But maybe you're just not feeling it. You're like 10,000 more. That's not even worth it. I don't know. It's like that. So here's the good news, bad news reading for Scorpio. Right? What's the good news for Scorpios this week? September 22nd through, I just heard January. September 22nd through the 28th, 2024. Now, I heard January, which is different than wanting to say or almost saying January, okay? This was like January. So you may have a foreshadowing of something good that's happening in January this week. I heard looking ahead. What's the good news for Scorpios this week? September 22nd through the 28th, 2024. What is the good news for Scorpios this week? September 22nd through the 28th, 2024. I see the word yellow, which means that it's either a delay or you see deception happening around you, or you observe someone being self-deceptive. And somehow it's good news because maybe you're able to tell them or something like that. Yeah, the Three of Swords in reverse. There might be confusion or heartbreak about a path. See how there's 3 paths to choose and you're trying to get to the one, choose the right path to this castle there. So there might be delay in getting to where you want to go, like a physical destination, okay? You may get lost along the way, in other words. Then you have the Two of Wands in the upright, but it looks like you choose wisely the right path, right? Because it is in the upright. And then you have the Ace of Swords. There's a delay in new beginning, but you can see there's light at the end of the tunnel. That may be happening in January. I mean, this is a January card, the Ace of Swords. Because, I mean, the Ace of Cup and the Ace of Swords and the Sun card are more the Sun and Ace of Swords are like January to me. Okay. Delays are a good thing this week, especially in as far as physical travel. But the path forward will be shared with you. Or lit up, I want to say. But you choose wisely, in other words. Okay. Please clarify this good news reading for Scorpios. The week of September 22nd through the 28th, 2024. Please clarify this reading, this good news reading for Scorpios this week. September 22nd through the 28th, 2024. Look at that. Ace of Swords in reverse again. Yes, there's a delay, but it serves you. Now, 2 aces as a tarot cluster along with this 2 of Wands means a union or partnership or new job. Okay. Okay. That's amazing. Now we're going to read for the bad news for Scorpios. This card wanted to come out, the 3 of Wands in reverse. It might be that you're hired for a job, but you can't really start till January. And maybe it's not optimal, right? What is the bad news for Scorpios this week? September 22nd through the 28th, 2024. What is the bad news for Scorpios this week? September 22nd through the 28th, 2024. I feel like this card keeps wanting to come out. The Hierophant in reverse. I'm going to put it back in the deck. So you might be dealing with that's an anarchy card in reverse. That's rebellion. That's Aquarian energy. So I don't know if you're dealing with a corporation, institution, religious, or scholastic. But remember, your bad news is the Empress card in the upright. But that's a good card to have as far as bad news. And then you have the Prince of Coins in reverse. Yeah, maybe you don't benefit from a raise anytime soon. And then Judgment, second chances, or you're sitting in your regenerative energy that you have, because this is your signifier. And this is a new energy. I still feel the sense of delay. You get good news, but you can't benefit from the good news immediately. So let's clarify. But you know a second lease on life is available to you. Please clarify this reading for Scorpios and bad news, September 22nd through the 28th, 2024. Please clarify the bad news reading for Scorpios, September 22nd through the 28th, 2024. You might be bogged down by admin tasks, which are really important because they're kind of like legal documents or legal record. Signified by the Hermit, which doesn't make any sense, but see how the Hermit is relaxing alone in a bubble bath, right? See how she has her finger on a book and there's like a journal right next to it. And again, for a third time, the Ace of Swords in reverse. Now I've been washing the cards and tapping the cards in between each shuffle. Okay? So yeah, there's a delay, but you want to start now. So this is at the forefront of your mind, for sure. But it's abundance you can look forward to with the Empress card in the upright. It's amazing. Or mom may help you, or mother figure may help you through this waiting period, it seems like. Okay, now we're going to read for Sagittarius. What's the good news for Sagittarius? Week of September 22nd through the 28th, 2024. What's the good news for Sagittarius? The week of September 22nd through the 28th, 2024. What's the good news for Sagittarius? September 22nd through the 28th, 2024. I feel, okay, this is really left field. You might have heard news that there's an asteroid. I think it's called, starts with an A, Atropos or something like that. Asteroid, second moon. They're calling it a second moon that we're only going to have for 2 months. It'll be revolving around the Earth in a horseshoe. It's going to be closer than the satellites that we have in the air. And it's going to be spooky. Okay? So there's going to be some people who panic, and maybe the panic you observe, if it's not you, because I don't think it's you, the panic you observe is troubling to you. Now that asteroid, which was named prior to its appearance here, beginnings on or about September 29th, there is some talk that it might be only visible to people in Europe, but I don't know how that could be. They discovered it on August 7th, and it'll be evolving around the Earth September 29th through November 7th, and then it'll leave Earth's orbit. It's not giving me it's been named like really after the god of chaos or something. Okay? Adolphus, something like that. But the thing of it is that according to whatever scientist that's famous that goes around the country speaking, he's always on like Joe Rogan's podcast. Because it's so close to the Earth and the Earth has a gravitational pull, there's a chance that the Earth's orbit will pull the asteroid's normal orbit. There's a small chance that it will the Earth's gravity will pull the mini moons, will modify the asteroid's orbit. So when it comes back around in 2029, it might hit the Earth. Okay? But we'll know like after November 7th whether that's going to happen or not. Okay, September 29th to November 25th. And this is according to Time magazine. It's the size of the Rose Bowl. The mini-moon will be extremely hard to see from Earth, but its presence will be there nonetheless for almost 2 months. It's from the Arjuna asteroid belt. According to NEO, the Earth can regularly capture asteroids from the near-Earth object population and pull them into orbit, making them mini-moons. According to NASA, NEO, blah, blah, we might nudge it with our gravitational pull. See, they're not naming it, but it was actually named after the god of chaos and destruction. What a name. So let's look up God. I don't know why it's important to say so. But you might observe doomsday cults which trouble you. There might be civil unrest if it is more visible than this article is stating it will be. I mean, the moon is clearly visible, so why would you call this a mini moon? Because the way it's been presented, it's not like a moon of the moon. Oh, it's just taking too long to generate. God of chaos. Eris. Dionysus. Anyway, you get the idea. So you might observe this. Now, I'm reading for the good news. So maybe you're just unaffected by this mercurial, mysterious event involving the asteroid. If you can't see it, then what's the big deal? You know? What's the good news for Sagittarius the week of September 22nd through the 28th, 2024? What is the good news for Sagittarius September 22nd through the 28th, 2024? The first card you have is the Four of Wands in the upright, which is the utmost stability. Or you hear news of a wedding or engagement, or there's a house move that you're looking forward to, right? Or you may be attending a wedding or a festival. The Magician card in the upright, manifesting. You could get lucky in sex this week as well. You might be dealing with an Aries, Gemini, or Virgo. It's probably Gemini with the Lover's card in the upright. Yeah, I think you might get lucky in sex this week, or you'll enjoy your sex life this week. You are manifesting. If you do want to date for someone, the mere fact or overwhelming fact that the Magician appears is you will have to make the first move. Maybe you have because the Magician is related to the Aces, you meet somebody new that you're very excited about in love and romance. I mean, this could be a serious new love. So that's interesting. All right, Saggies. Let's clarify this reading. Please clarify this reading for Sagittarius, September 22nd through the 28th, 2024. Please clarify this reading for Sagittarius, September 22nd through the 28th, 2024. Please clarify this reading for Sagittarius, September 22nd through the 28th, 2024. If I've done any 12-month readings for anyone, go back and see what September through November looks like for you. Because you may get a clue to how you react or what you'll experience during the mini-moon orbiting phase. So to clarify this reading, you have the Six of Wands in reverse. Now, usually that's a defeat, okay? But in this deck and in this reading, because all these cards influence each other, when something was an obstacle before, it's not now. So maybe this is someone you've wanted for a while, and you finally have a chance at them. It might happen on or about October 31st, actually, because you have the Emperor card in reverse, but it has a calendar on the wall where the October 31st is Halloween, is circled. And then you have the Knight of Wands in the upright, player card. Definitely very serious potential new love interest vibes. I'm getting like overwhelmingly. One that could lead to marriage or an engagement, ultimately. Okay? Because I kept thinking of the asteroid, I think it's called Adophis. Maybe this is a whirlwind love affair that happens during the mini moon orbiting of the Earth. Okay. It won't end on November 25th, but it's that part of it will be like a, you know, you might go at it like, well, the world might be ending, so what do you say? Kind of vibe. I don't know. Now we're going to read for the bad news for Sagittarius. What's the bad news for Sagittarius? September 22nd through the 28th, 2024. What's the bad news for Sagittarius? September 22nd through the 28th, 2024. What's the bad news for Sagittarius? September 22nd through the 28th, 2024. Queen of Cups in reverse. A water sign may disappoint you or ask too much. They might be a drama queen. And then the Death card, they might be a Scorpio. I don't know if you get in a fight with a water sign, it's like you are ready to cut ties. But maybe, I don't know. You get that angry. And you want to pull down a structure that's been there for a while with the Eight of Wands in the upright. This may be at work because the Eight of Wands is a work-related card to me. The Eight of Wands is in the upright. So maybe you don't like a communication you get and it pisses you off. So let's clarify. Or it makes you want to quit. Oh, I never noticed this before. You have two towers in the background and one tower is on fire. The other one's smoking as if the fire had just been put out in one. How weird is that? I've had this deck for at least 4 years and I've never noticed that. Interesting. Okay. Please clarify this reading for Sagittarius for bad news, September 22nd through 28th, 2024. What's this? Please clarify this reading for Sagittarius and bad news, September 22nd through the 28th, 2024. Please clarify this reading for Sagittarius, September 22nd through the 28th, 2024. So what you're tearing down is the structure of something, okay? Especially if we clarify this with the tower. Yeah, Queen of Cups again in reverse. Someone's being dramatic and you're tired of it. See how in the clarifier, someone's comforting a water sign? And you're just like, God, get over it, okay? Get over it. Something's over. Just get over it, right? So maybe you're just annoyed. Seven of Pentacles in the upright. You're harvesting something. And then you have the Ten of Cups in the upright. And you see a wedding scene. So it looks like you're irritated with the water sign because you have two queens in reverse. Now, two queens as a tarot card mean gossip. Okay. And they're both in reverse, so it's not enjoyable gossip. Or maybe you're irritated at a gossipy water sign, when really you're just trying to focus on building rather than tearing down. Anyway, that's the bad news. As far as bad news goes, you seem like you're going to have an okay week all the way around. Now we're going to read for Capricorns. We'll start with the good news, as always. What's the good news for Capricorns the week of September 22nd through the 28th, 2024? What is the good news for Capricorns September 22nd through the 28th, 2024? What's the good news for Capricorns this week? September 22nd through the 28th, 2024. You might have more energy than you thought you did. It could be a car battery as well. And the Emperor card in reverse. The Hanged Man in reverse. You might be dealing with a Sagittarius or a Pisces, but there's revelation of some kind. Or money is coming back to you after 9 to 12 days or during the next 9 to 12 days. And then you have the Knight of Wands. It's money that you need to do something important to protect yourself in some way. Possibly against a ruthless kind of emperor, patriarchal type figure in your life. Or maybe you're strategizing successfully about how to combat a fiery person. Or you're able to protect yourself from a fiery person by remaining still and not reacting, right? It feels successful to me. You're thinking clearly. You might have a revelation. Please clarify this reading for Capricorns in good news, September 22nd through the 28th, 2024. Please clarify this reading for good news for Capricorns, September 22nd through the 28th, 2024. Ooh, that was a short one. I heard don't cut. King Cups in reverse. Now, when you have... Oh, you don't have two kings, but... somebody's dramatic, but apparently it doesn't affect you. You're able to protect yourself by not reacting. Not reacting is important. They could be a Scorpio or a Pisces with the Moon card in reverse, but again, something is revealed because the Moon card in reverse is something is revealed, right? You're conserving your energy for a fight you may know that you are going to have, but that you know you can win, is one possibility. Or you're fighting a ruthless boss and you have a chance or opportunity to moonlight and have a backup income, right? That's interesting. Kind of a mixed bag, but overall, it is a good news reading, right? Now we're going to read for bad news for Capricorns. What's the bad news for Capricorn, September 22nd through the 28th, 2024? What is the bad news for Capricorn, September 22nd through the 28th, 2024? What's the bad news for Capricorn, September 22nd through the 28th, 2024? I had a weird phrase jump into my head and I don't know what it means. Bagging a lemur. Bagging a lemur. How weird, right? 3 of coins in the upright. Remember, this is your bad news reading. But It looks like there's a small money gain or promotion or raise of some kind or mandatory training that you'll end up enjoying. Maybe it's tied to an apprenticeship or learning a new skill or a new job with the 8 of coins. It's possible that you will have to commute or move across a body of water to take the training. And then you have the Ace of Coins. As far as bad news goes, this is amazing. This is amazing, Capricorns. You literally have 12 coins here. That's weird. You might be enticed to do this training because it promises larger coin elsewhere. You see, we have the one we don't speak of standing next to it. It's an enticement. It's a temptation. So there might be a temptation to spend unnecessarily, okay, or before you actually have the money. Okay, let's clarify. So the bad news is there's a danger of spending money that you can't afford or don't have. So this is a warning, okay? Please clarify this reading for Capricorns, the week of September 22nd through the 28th, 2024. Please clarify this reading for Capricorns for bad news, September 22nd through the 28th, 2024. Please clarify this reading for Capricorns, September 22nd through the 28th, 2024. Remember, I heard bagging the lemur. I wonder if that's like an actual phrase. I don't think I've heard it before. There's a meme called bagging the lemur. When your professor tells you that you, hold on, I have to expand that. When your professor tells you that your class has been moved to the launch zone, but really it was a Thursday class moved. Thank you, cashier, for bagging my groceries in such a nonsensical way, considering the fact that all the items were grouped on the conveyor belt in an orderly fashion. So this makes me feel like the phrase that was put in my head, literally, bagging the lemur, something is made more dramatic than it has to be, or more complicated than it has to be, right? And you're able to control it. Please clarify this reading for Capricorns and bad news, September 22nd through the 28th, 2024. As far as bad news goes, this is really, really mild. 4 swords in reverse, but in this deck it's good. Okay, you're coming out of a time of rest. Remember I said you have more energy, right? But see, the 4 swords in this deck when it's upright, I mean, this person is like flaking out at a job. She's got her back towards her computer and she's blowing like bubbles. So a time of rest is over. And the King of Cups is in reverse. It's not a very creative way to make money. It might be a moonlighting thing with the moon in reverse, but ultimately it leads to the Knight of Cups. So, yeah, foreshadowing of, potentially this is a foreshadowing of a new job position, which, you're bagging the lemur, right? you're trying to control your finances and your spending until then. The delay is complicated. So there's a temptation to spend that you're going to have to control, I think is the bad news. Okay. Now we're going to read for Aquarius. The good news, bad news reading. Now I'm leaving that up, that signage, so that my beautiful time stamping VIP clients who are so kind to do that, volunteer to do that, have some kind of visual indicator that helps them time correctly, I guess, is why they wanted me to do it. So I appreciate you all. What's the good news for Aquarius this week, September 22nd through the 28th, 2024? What's the good news for Aquarius, September 22nd through the 28th, 2024? What is the... I heard the name Liz, so Steve, if you're listening, Liz might be an Aquarius, because remember, we couldn't... There was stuff we couldn't determine, right? So that actually would explain a lot. What is the good news for Aquarius, September 22nd through the 28th, 2024? Boom. The star card, Aquarius, or water sign, but this is the Aquarian significator. The good news is that you are hopeful or healing or dumping out your emotions so you can heal. Maybe you're dumping out old toxic emotions because possibly you have a new love. Not yet with the Ace of Cups in reverse, but maybe you meet somebody you could potentially build a life with or have a meaningful love affair. Now, yes, so Aquarius, the good news, whenever you have the Ace of Cups and especially the Ace of Coin together, even though it can be any set of aces or pair of aces, that means union, partnership, new love, new job, okay? And it's healing. The news is healing. Now, if you already have a job and love, then you're able to dump out old emotions and focus on your money. Because maybe prior to this week, you were focused on the other one, which is kind of like a hamster wheel where you're ruminating over and over again, right? So let's clarify this good news reading. Please clarify this reading and good news for Aquarius, September 22nd through the 28th, 2024. Please clarify this reading for good news reading for Aquarius, September 22nd through the 28th, 2024. Clarify this good news reading for Aquarius, September 22nd through the 28th, 2024. I heard a phrase, it's deep, man. That's what I heard. So there's healing. And yeah, I think you're focused on your money, you're focused on your abundance, and you are find that you're self-sufficient this week, at least self-sufficient emotionally, self-sufficient financially, or you could be dealing with a Virgo who helps you with that. Gemini, Virgo, or Aries, but the Magician card is in reverse. If you have a new love coming into your life, you may have to make the first move because the Magician card is in reverse. And I did have the word silence come up while I was shuffling for the clarifier, and I didn't know what it meant. I mean, I know what silence means, but I kept thinking of the Moon card in reverse, right? But Magician is a broadcasting card. In the upright, it broadcasts. In reverse, someone's keeping silent. Maybe silent about their feelings, or you are. And then you have the Page of Cups in reverse. I think you're silent about your feelings for someone, or vice versa. But still, good news is that you're healing old emotions anyway and making space for this potentially new love or romantic encounter to happen in the near future. Okay, now we're going to read for bad news for Aquarius. What's the bad news for Aquarius? September 22nd through the 28th, 2024. What is the bad news for Aquarius? September 22nd through the 28th, 2024. What's the bad news for Aquarius? September 22nd through the 28th, 2024. God, it's nearly 3 hours long, this reading. That's why I started doing Saturday night readings, so I could go have my boozy brunches. Here you have the Knight of Wands in the upright. You may be trying to protect yourself from a fire sign this week, or a Sagittarius or a Pisces. If it's a fire sign, it's a Sagittarius. With the Hanged Man in the reverse, there's a revelation about having to protect yourself. And then the World card in reverse. You were hoping for a change of a new cycle, which makes sense because Pluto is transmitting into the sign of Aquarius, and that's not going to really happen. I mean, it's in Aquarius now, but it'll really just start to move forward on October 11th. Okay. So I'm going to clarify the Knight of Wands and the Hanged Man. Please clarify the Knight of Wands and the Hanged Man in reverse for Aquarius and bad news, September 22nd through the 28th, 2024. I just thought of that really weird interview with Prince Andrew for some reason, so I don't know if that's like a sign or a flag. So if you happen upon that interview or a snippet of that interview, try to remember what you were thinking of right before seeing that, and that will give you a clue. Please clarify the meaning of this Knight of Wands in the upright and the Hanged Man in reverse for Aquarian bad news. September 22nd through the 28th, 2024. The idea of eviction or squatters came into my head. I don't know why. The Five of Swords in reverse. If that's so, if you're fighting a Sagittarius or Pisces or two people, there may be a defeat of some kind. And then you have the Two of Wands in reverse. There's a conflict with someone you know because of deception. The Seven of Swords. Remember, I saw like a squatter eviction thing, right? So, and then the Five of Cups in the upright. Yeah. I think somebody, I mean, if you have property you haven't checked in a while, you need to go check it. Because the Five of Cups right here, someone's sleeping on the couch. Or maybe you have a guest who's moody that's overstaying their welcome. Okay? Like a squatter or something. Or a holdover tenant. Okay. Now we're going to read the good news and bad news for Pisces. I heard love affair right off the bat. What is the good news for Pisces, September 22nd through the 28th, 2024? What's the good news for Pisces, September 22nd through the 28th, 2024? What's the good news for Pisces this week, September 22nd through the 28th, 2024? I suddenly feel very, very sleepy. So I don't know if a calm overtakes you so that you're able to have uninterrupted sleep. I just heard a phrase that it doesn't make any sense. Nap time for the Joneses. I don't know what that means. There is healing. And there might be restful, healing sleep with the Star card in the upright where you get to dump out your emotions. Who had this? Somebody had this in the same position. Okay? Remember I had love affair, right? And then you have the Five of Cups, but in this deck, it's waterfalls or sex to me. You can see there's like a broken bridge and then the cups fall. Maybe it's cups you don't need and emotions you don't need, right? That's amazing. Or you're able to let go of regret and remorsefulness. Maybe it's over a Queen of Swords or air sign. She's definitely the Ice Queen here. And see how she's kind of like far away, right? But it might be because of an association with an air sign. If they are an air sign, it could be Aquarius. Or because of an air sign, you're able to love. Remember, I heard love affair, okay? But it's about a love affair, right? And there's like a dumping of emotions. So maybe you or they expose their true feelings for you, or vice versa. Please clarify this reading for Pisces and good news, September 22nd through the 28th, 2024. There's a release of some kind. But the bridge is broken, so I'm not really sure 100%. What is, and maybe you're not sure, because I mean, I've been reading for 35 years. Usually I can interpret this stuff. You know, but I don't understand the broken bridge. Okay? Please clarify this reading and good news for Pisces, September 22nd through the 28th, 2024. So maybe because I'm sitting in your energy, you're like confused by it. But there's a release. I think that came up in your general reading for the week that's at the beginning of this broadcast. 10 of Swords in reverse, you're past a betrayal or you avoid a betrayal. Right? In the upright, there's a fire burning and then there's a release of a communication, right? Or a release of birds are Pisces to me. Okay? Maybe you avoid being released from a Queen of Swords and you're back with her. I don't know. It's kind of confusing to me, but it may make sense to you, so who cares? You may also be dealing with a Leo, but there's strength. I almost heard strength in numbers. I don't know how that would apply. But here you see somebody's jogging. They have the strength. You might be physically healing from an ailment. And so you're now able to exercise again. And the Seven of Swords is in reverse. Now the 10 of Swords and the Seven of Swords being in reverse is that you escape a betrayal somehow. And that's the good news. Or you're able to release a betrayal and just dump out the toxic emotions associated with that. Okay. Now we're going to read for bad news for Pisces. Steve, are you still here? What's the bad news for Pisces, September 22nd through the 28th, 2024? What's the bad news for Pisces, September 22nd through the 28th, 2024? What's the bad news for Pisces, September 22nd through the 28th, 2024? Please review your reading at the beginning of this broadcast, which is a part 2 from last night's interrupted reading. So Pisces, I think I can't remember what sign you were dealing with in that reading, but there's a release of some kind. So the bad news for you is that you might feel attacked on all sides, but you are protected, but still it's a hassle with this 8 of Swords in the upright. And 8 of Swords plus a Ace of Swords makes 9 of Swords. Even though your worries are over, or maybe you're making mountains out of molehills, but at any rate, you're about to start a new mental cycle that's inventive and one that's destined. And look at that, 9 of Cups. A wish comes true in regards to a mental or emotional matter. So as far as bad news goes, I mean, that's pretty terrific. So that's amazing. But let's clarify just in case. So I washed the cards just now, right? Please clarify this reading for Pisces and bad news, September 22nd through the 28th, 2024. Please clarify this reading for bad news reading for Pisces, September 22nd through the 28th, 2024. I thought of the color blue, which is healing. Please clarify this reading for Pisces and bad news, September 22nd through the 28th, 2024. Clarified by the 2 of Pentacles in reverse. You may feel unbalanced a little bit because it's only a 2 financially. But you have the 9 of Cups here, so okay, who cares? But in the upright, I'm going to show it to you. Here's somebody who's very balanced. They have all the resources they need to make something new by bringing together multiple ingredients to make something, I want to say, sweet. But it's in reverse, so you're trying to find financial balance, or you could be budgeting, possibly to get a house with a Gemini because you have the Lover's card in the upright. And the Empress card in reverse. Yeah, I think it's you're trying to save up for a deposit, or there's some kind of real estate transaction or move that's just taking longer. But as far as bad news, and then somebody's being a drama queen, maybe it's you with the Queen of Cups in reverse. It's a lot of cards, man. Yeah, I think you're budgeting, but you know, October 31st is a date that should stand out, okay, for whatever reason. Okay, well, that's dynamite. Yes, Mamor, you may ask a simple question. I'm only going to pull 1 card for you. As long as you subscribe to the channel, if you would, please. That would really help me. I'd appreciate it. What are Habib's thoughts towards me? Have you subscribed to the channel? That's all I ask in return. It doesn't cost you anything. Then it's a fair exchange, you know? Thank you. I appreciate you. Are you a new subscriber or did you exist before? New subscriber. So you just subscribed just now? Thank you so much. I appreciate you so much. So I'm going to be using the Tarot of Forbidden Dreams to do your reading. What is... I appreciate you so much. Assalam. What is Habib's... What is the essence of Habib's thoughts and feelings for Mamour? What is the essence of Habib's thoughts and feelings for Mamour? What is the essence of Habib's thoughts and feelings for Mamour? I heard love incarnate. He'll have a realization about you. He's not ready to make plans because the Seven of Cups is in reverse, but he may dream about you at night, and he might be taking that as a sign that you mean something to him because he trusts his dreams. Yeah, pretty much. Mamour, you probably want to change your handle because it looks like you have your full name. You kind of want to be anonymous on YouTube. So I would suggest making it just Mamour. Such a pretty name. So, assalamu alaikum. Is there anybody else who wants to ask a one-card question? Now, I usually charge $20 per question, so I suggest that before I go have my boozy brunch, that if you're here and you want to ask a question, do so in the next few minutes. I appreciate you subscribing, Mahmoud. Thank you. So I'm here every Saturday night, like at 5, 6 o'clock, to do the weeklies. And I do have the October's out, so you may want to look at that. Well, the fact that I was drawn to this deck makes me think that that they're primarily intimate in nature, which is a good sign. You know, he's attracted. He wants to... It's not just about sex. There's a realization. You know, the sevens are tied to the house of relationships. So that's how I know. If it was like a number 5 card, then I would worry, because then that's casual. You know, and it's not the Fool card, which would have been casual. But the fact that it's a 7 of Cups in reverse, there's realization, right? I don't know if he's going to act on that. It depends on what circumstances are in his life. It is just a 1-card reading, but the way I did the reading was, what is the narrowed down focus, the essence of his thoughts and feelings of you? Because those are 2 different things. You know, the way someone feels about you is not necessarily what they think. You know, if someone's just thinking about going out on a date, say, for example, they're not necessarily being pulled by their feelings to do so. So that's why I changed the question a little bit, right? I think it's romantic because of the deck I have over 211 decks. Okay? Let me show you. They line my walls on both sides. Oops, sorry. My camera's not cooperating. But I was pulled to this deck here, the Tarot of Forbidden Dreams. So it makes me think romantic. Okay. Thank you so much, Mahmoud, for subscribing. I appreciate you. Hopefully I will see you here next Saturday night. But thank you guys for joining me. Again, I'm sorry about last night's broadcast, but I hope the bonus reading makes up for it, you know. So thank you. Bye.